let's just get into the player rating. Let's see what you guys have to say about the player rating. So out of 10, let me know which ratings you're giving these guys. I'll start with the goalkeeper. I've given him an 8 for today. He made 3 crucial saves. Basically, we would have gone 2-1 down if it wasn't for him, and it would have gone it would have been 2-2 if it wasn't for him, like that late equalizer, late chance. It could have been an equalizer if it wasn't for Ramsdale. He made some really pretty saves from Mitrovic, so really good to see our goalkeeper at the top of his game and proving that he can match up to Leno, because Leno had the game of his life as well on the other side. But Ramsdale, very good saves, really good to see him doing amazing for us once again. What a buy, man. When you talk about Ramsdale in the next 5-10 years, we'll remember this is a very good buy. Like our goalkeepers over the years, the Fabianski at Arsenal was terrible. After Arsenal, he was good, but before Arsenal, he was terrible. Manone was terrible. Almunia, terrible. Lehmann was good. The last 2 years with Lehmann was terrible. Like, we've had a lot of worrying moments with the goalkeepers. Czech as well, Ospina as well. So really good to see our goalkeeper having a great game against Leicester. He was all over the place, but good to see him picking it up today. Left back Tierney, I've given him a 6 for today. He was on for only like 60 minutes, but in terms of, again, just like El Neni, in terms of the build-up play, surprisingly, Tierney is usually good in terms of crossing and passing and all that 2-3 years ago. I don't know if it's the injury. Today he looked a bit slow again, gave away the ball a couple of times. But I don't think he was that bad in terms of defending. He did make a couple of good blocks. So I've given him a 6, but obviously, he needs to pick up the game, because especially if Zinchenko is out injured, all of a sudden we need Tierney to be back to the Tierney from 2 years ago, because we really need a left back to be great. I mean, look at the other teams. Look at Trent Alexander-Arnold today, man, at right back at Liverpool. Even Cucurella at Chelsea. Look at James at Chelsea as well. He scores or gets an assist every single day. So Tierney today, not his best game at all. Gabriel. So before he scored, I think I had 6 written down for Gabriel because of that mistake, and a couple of times he looked very shaky. But having that, I don't think I can give him more than a 7, even if he got the winner for us. He made it 3 times harder for us that game. It should have been easier than that. And the reason why we had to work 30 times harder in the last 30 minutes is because of Gabriel. So you cannot really forget about that. And even after that, he almost gave away the ball to Mitrovic. And even in the first half, he dwelt on the ball too much. So we have to take that into consideration. Yes, he did get a goal, and that is why I've added the rating from a 6 to a 7. Him having that grit and determination to go and get that goal, really happy with that. So I've given him a 7 for today. Let me know, are you going to give him higher, or are you going to give him less than a 7? Saliba, so I'm actually going to give Saliba a higher rating than Gabriel. I think he was good in terms of the blocking. I don't know, maybe 8 is a bit too much. Maybe it should have been a 7, but I've given him an 8. His defending is really good, man. His passing as well, very comfortable on the ball. There's a time Mitrovic scored a goal, and then literally after 2 minutes, Mitrovic was running behind Gabriel, and Gabriel hit the ball to Mitrovic, and then it went out for a goal kick. Literally 1 minute later, once again, Saliba had the ball, and the way just went past 2 players very easily. Really good to see that confidence even after your fellow centre-back has made a mistake. So Saliba, I've given him an 8, but I want to know from you guys what you'd give the centre-backs. I'm not 100% sure. I've given Gabriel a 7 and Saliba an 8. It could be a 7 for Saliba, and maybe you want to give Gabriel lower than that. Ben White, have given him a 7. Blocks. If you watch that game again, he did put in a couple of very good blocks, especially in that second half. Could easily have been 2-0 to Fulham if it wasn't for him as well with Ramsdale. He did pick up a yellow card in the first half though, so I usually take that into consideration as well. Surprisingly, last season, the one thing that I was praising Ben White for, last season Ben White, I think, picked up only 1 yellow card the entire season. This season, he has picked up 2 yellow cards already. Maybe the fact that he's playing as a right back, maybe you need to take that into consideration. Him playing as a centre back, he doesn't usually pick up yellow cards, but since he has been moved to right back, he's picking up a lot of yellow cards. Maybe you need to take that into consideration, because the likes of Zaha and those kind of guys, it's hard to play against. So I've given him a 7 for today. Maybe you guys would give him lower. Let me know. A lot of people are saying El Neni should have higher. I've given El Neni a 6 for today. I think it was just a bit above average, but in terms of slowing the game down, I mean, there's a big reason why we are asking for midfielders. If El Neni was like a Partey, we wouldn't have been asking for midfielders. If El Neni and Lokonga were like Thomas Partey, basically, we wouldn't even be asking for midfielders right now. We'd have been talking about a winger or maybe getting another left back or a right back. We wouldn't have been talking about midfielders. But the reason why we're talking about midfielders is because we know when Partey is injured, do you really trust whoever is coming on for the next for the next 5-6 games? That is the problem. You can't really trust them. So Elneny for today, I think is just above average. Elneny will never have I don't do it. Have you ever really seen Elneny having an 8 out of 10 performance or a 9 out of 10? Rarely, man. Rarely. So he's usually just a 6 or mostly the highest maybe a 7. So hopefully Pat is not that seriously injured. So I've given him a 6 for today. Jacques, I've given him a 7. Again, Jacques is playing it in a very advanced role. He did create a couple of chances. I think one was for Odegaard and the other one was for Gabriel Jesus. In the first half, again, he did have a shot with his right foot, but off target. But I'm liking his new position. He's actually playing well. Let's be honest. It's better than when he was playing as a defensive midfielder, because Jacques as a defensive midfielder, that is just yellow card after yellow card, red card after red card. Him playing further forward and showing maybe we've finally gotten his position. We should have been playing him as a further ahead of Partey and further ahead of Elneny, because that is where he plays for Switzerland as well. So I've given him a 7 for today. And then come to the man of the match. My goodness, Martin Ødegaard. I have given him a 9. Like everything he did today, man. He literally took the game by the scruff of the neck. Like when we were 1-0 down, he literally took the ball and said, you know what? I'm just going to try and create these chances by myself, and I'm going to try and score by myself. Everything was going through him. Not only in the second half, even in the first half, everything we created. Let's start with that pass to Odegaard or to Jesus in the 14th minute, where he literally crossed the ball from the right side all the way to the left side. He switched the ball and then Jesus passed the ball to Xhaka. In the second half, everything, he was literally pulling the strings in that midfield. Not only that, his leadership today, we definitely saw his leadership. The way he was taking away the likes of Xhaka, Jesus, Gabriel, and whenever they were complaining to the goalkeeper, to the referee, even when he went 1-0 down, you could see him asking the guys, listen, we've won 3 games out of 3, we still have 30 minutes to make things right. And everyone believed in him, and Gabriel as well. After the game, he came for an interview and said, Odegaard picked up my head, and that was really, or picked my head up. I was really happy with that. I was really happy to hear that. Really, really happy to see him as captain. He's really looking good. 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago, we were asking Odegaard or Maddison. Right now, I did not regret that decision of going for Odegaard. He's a very good player, very, very good. Like a lot of teams, like right now, we signed him for 30 million, right? 35 million or something. Right now, if you were to sell Odegaard, I think we can get 60 or 70. Literally, right now, we could get 60 or 70. So really good to see Martin Odegaard having the match of his life, and we really needed that goal after going back or going behind. Odegaard gets a 9 for today. Now the forward players, again, I will need some help from you, because Martinelli, I don't know, I've given him a 6, but I feel like it could be a 7. I've given him a 6 because like 5 or 6 crosses were terrible today. Like the corners, the free kicks overhit. There's even a time he hit the post from a corner kick because the corner was terrible. The crosses, everything was terrible in terms of that. Sometimes he held onto the ball too much, but he did create a couple of chances, especially from Nketiah and Jesus in the second half. But I think he's definitely done better this season. To be fair, I think this is his worst performance this season. Let me know if I'm wrong in terms of that. So Martinelli gets a 6 for today. Next up, Bukayo Saka. I'm also really tempted to give him a 6. I don't know, but I've given him a 7 because he got an assist for Odegaard. So it was supposed to be a 6, but because he got an assist, I've given him an additional 1 point. So 7 for Saka, but I'm really not sure about these two, Saka and Martinelli. It could be lower. It could be lower for both of them, or Martinelli could be higher. Maybe you feel like Martinelli had a decent game. Let me know. Gabriel Jesus, I've given him a 7 for today. Even if he doesn't score a goal, the way he tries to bully the defenders, the way he presses the defenders, his combination play with Saka, with Martinelli, with Odegaard, really, really good to see. He's not afraid to go past players. When was the last time we had a striker who can dribble past players? Aubameyang could run past players because he had the speed, but he couldn't dribble past players. Lacazette, that was not part of his ability to hold up the ball and all that. But Jesus, yeah, he can just move to the right side. go past 2-3 players. He could move to the left side, go past 4-5 players at the same time. What a signing, man. Like when you see Alexander Isak going to Newcastle for around 70 million, Man United are about to pay like 100 million for Anthony, and then we got Jesus for just 45 million. That is a bargain. That is a really good signing. So Jesus gets a 7 for today. The players who came from the bench, right away Holding, I'm just going to give him a standard 5. Wasn't on for too long. Tomiyasu wasn't on for too long as well, so you're going to give them a 5. Nketiah though, now Nketiah, we might disagree with some of you, but I've given him a 7 because the moment he came on, he really added a lot of energy into that forward line. Like we were a bit, I don't know, I think we were creating chances, but we in the second half, Fulham were holding up the ball a lot and they were defending really well in the second half until we brought in Nketiah and we added a different dimension into our attack. So that was really good to see. Yes, he did miss a couple of chances, so he shot one straight to the goalkeeper, and then the other one that he took too much time on from a brilliant Odegaard pass. But in terms of just winning the ball, there's a time he missed a chance and he went back to midfield, won the ball right back again. There's a couple of times Nketiah was running past 3-4 players. I actually had to check like if it was Thierry Henry wearing the number 14 and not Edin Nketiah. But I think I'm going to give him a 7. I think he added something from the bench. Maybe some of you disagree because I've seen some comments about Edin Nketiah, not good enough. Edin Nketiah, not the guy we need to bring on. Why didn't we bring on Fabio Vieira or Smith Rowe? There are still a lot of people who are not convinced about Nketiah, fair enough. But today, even despite missing a couple of chances, I think he definitely added something to the attack. So to be fair, I'm going to give him a 7. The manager, I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Can't give him anything higher than that. I think obviously when it becomes that hard against Fulham, you can't really give the manager a lot. The one thing I'd say is at least he did make a sub right away in the 58th minute, bringing on Nketiah. He didn't wait for another 10 minutes and for Fulham to go 2-0 up. Sub-wise, we didn't really make too many subs apart from the last 4 minutes. But the grit and the determination, as I keep on saying, coming back from 1 goal down to win the game 2-1, it's really good to see us winning the game in different kind of ways. Sometimes you'll win 5-0. Sometimes you'll have to come back from a goal down. Sometimes you'll have to score last-minute winners. It's the Premier League, man. It can never be easy. The next time against Aston Villa, you might see us winning 6-0, or you might see Aston Villa taking a 2-goal lead in the first 5 minutes. Like the Premier League is unpredictable. So I'm going to give it a 7 for today. A couple of additional points for us coming back from a goal down in the last 30 minutes. That was really good to see. At least now when we go down, or when we go a goal down, at least we know that we have the determination of coming back. So Ramsdale 8, Saka, Tierney 6, Gabriel 7, Saliba 8, White 7, Xhaka 7, Elneny 6, Odegaard 9, Saka 7, Martinelli 6, Jesus 7, Tomiyasu 5, Nketiah 7, Holding 5, and Arteta 7.